I will have a brief introduction. We'll discuss HR today, the HR changing roles, the challenges, how to face these challenges, and then I will conclude, and if there is any time, we will open the floor for discussion. I hope there will be no time. We know that the world is changing, and the business organization is the same. The struggle for survival are pressing challenges facing industries nowadays. Restructuring, outsourcing, offshoring, total quality management, downsizing, cost reduction are just few examples. Financial downturn or the crisis, technology, globalization, e-business, demographic change, cultural diversity, and virtual organizations are significant features affecting HR activities today. To stay in business, organizations are exploiting all available resources, most of which are human. Likewise, HR is undergoing transformation and its role is evolving. The drive to excel has never been as strong as it is today. HR competencies model has been introduced. This includes culture and change steward, talent management, strategy architect, and business allies. HR impact on business performance is about 20% of the 50%. 50% is the influence of top management, CEOs, and the like. How about the other 50%? If the company or the organization has only 50% control of its organization, who does have the other 50%? A question. Excuse me? Sorry. Outside, yes. External environment. You are right, absolutely. Like the government, the weather, for example, legislations and so forth, have the other 50%. So there is no 100% control on the organization. CEOs, senior management have only 50. Out of the 50, 20% HR. Whether you know it or not. Now, more women are joining HR, 23% in 1988 to 54% in 2007. Also, more HR professionals are joining from other functional areas. You see from engineering and maybe other departments also coming to HR. They like it. I have quick statistics here. It's about 20% female in this gathering, about 20%. So there are more ladies joining the HR. I think HR is very challenging for them. China has an emerging HR profession, 60% having less than 5-year experience in HR. So it's just emerging in China, coming. Non-HR associates demand that external customers be brought into HR works, 27% non-HR versus 20 HR. So they are demanding that those come to have an orientation in HR. This study was done in 2007 by RBL and Russ School at the University of Michigan. Now HR today provides and develops the intellectual capital which is critical to the business success, including leadership. It is done through the application of systems, programs, processes, and practices. This is how HR can really do the work. HR can do the work through programs, launching programs, processes, and practices. HR is becoming a change agent. Shared service centers and green advocate. There are even HR department now involved in the environment. environmental issues. And they are becoming shared service center, change agent. HR is becoming more of a business partner and consultant to the organization simply because its functions are embedded in the organization design. And we will talk about the organization design in a few minutes. HR is applying a vital role in OD, which is organization development, CSR, corporate social responsibility, employer branding, employee engagement, competency and talent management. This is where HR is playing more role of vital role, a parent role actually. This is some of the changing roles. Some has already changed, some is happening. From, in terms of recruiting, for example, selecting for high IQ and GPA to selecting for EQ. And for selecting for skills and experience to selecting for talent. Defining the right steps to defining the right outcome. You just tell him this is what the end result you would like to have, instead of telling him each step of the way. Help to overcome weaknesses, now coming to focus on strength. Why bother too much to spend too much energy on focusing on weakness only? Help each person to be promoted, now find the right fit. Spend more on training, spend more on selection. Activity-based measures, doables to performance-based deliverables. Conventional training and recruitment to blended and ER learning and ER recruitment. Company-sponsored development to self-development. Now organizations would like to encourage employees to develop their own, themselves, instead of relying on the organization for each and everything. Company-directed career to self-career management. Performance appraisal to performance management. And there's a big difference between the appraiser and the management. And actually appraisal is only part of the management process. The following challenges are still facing HR in our region: to play an effective consultant role and be a strategic partner, to ensure transfer of knowledge, to meet talent retention strategy, to develop future leaders, and to win the war for talent, both national and expatriates. To effectively manage workplace diversity, to meet the strategy of localization and female employment, to deal with non-performers and abusers of social network. Too much, not Googling anymore, it's Facebook and Twitter. To develop executive compensation and to see the big picture and to be a global HR. These are some of the challenges that are facing HR today, still facing HR today. How we are going to face these challenges? First, we need to enjoy the profession and have passion. Wallahi, I have no sympathy for those who are in HR because simply they are in HR, simply to earn living. They have no empathy for HR. They have no love for HR. I think anybody in the HR should love, not just HR, any profession he is in, but especially HR.